Hello. Hello,
Hi.
everybody out there. Welcome, welcome. We are happy Friday, by the way, Bethany and everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. We're super excited. Today's day 5 of
It's
our
Christmas
Christmas
Day.
in July.
It's the 25th.
It's the 25th. You know what? It's Christmas Day.
It's
We need
Christmas.
presents.
Ooh,
We need presents.
we do.
Maybe we need to buy ourselves presents. Maybe you all need to buy yourselves presents because it's Christmas today. We're
I
calling it
feel
Christmas.
like I've earned a present this week.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Let's decide. Although because of Bethany, and I'm blaming this on you, by the
Oh,
way, um, she mentioned the other day during when we were getting ready for our final sew along with our Riley Blake kits
hmm
that she had forgotten to order some of the spray
oh, the
base,
505 basting
right?
spray.
And she had to run to Hobby Lobby to get some.
And
And
by
she
the way, it's
told
like
me,
$10 at Hobby Lobby or something. I don't know. It was not much, and I still
no.
leave spending like $100 at Hobby Lobby.
Well,
Uh,
but Bethany told me that they had started putting Christmas stuff out.
yes, they have.
And so, because of Bethany on my way home from work that day, I stopped at Hobby Lobby and I spent like $100 on Christmas stuff
I
that I
know,
don't know if I need it or not. I probably don't.
but it felt so good.
It felt so good to buy Christmas stuff in July made me
Yeah,
so happy. It made me so happy.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to I decided I'm not going to do Christmas decorating this weekend because
Okay.
I feel like it might be just a titch early. I decided I'm going to wait till August.
hmm
So next weekend, then I feel a little bit better if it's actually August. Um,
Yeah. I feel
but
like after, like, to me, even though summer runs longer into like August and stuff, like to me, the end of July and the beginning of August is the end of summer because here in Tennessee, like kids go back to school
yeah,
August 1st,
yeah,
which is nuts. But so in my mind, like that's the end of summer.
I
So
think that's fair. I like that. So I'm gonna do that.
you do
I'm
you.
going to I'm gonna do that. But I think this weekend I'm gonna pull out all of the stuff that I have purchased
hmm
since Christmas of last year and organize it and see if I have enough stuff for the trees I want to make, the new ones I have.
hmm
So I'll get a little Christmas this weekend.
I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
try anyway.
I
Um,
still I still have my snowman cookie jar sitting out from last Christmas
I love that.
because it still had cookies in it when I packed up all of the Christmas stuff in one day. And then I never found the box that it lives in. It had like a box with like all the padding so it wouldn't
Right.
break. And because I never found the box, it has just stayed out all year.
You
So
know, that's okay.
it doesn't
It's
even have
okay.
cookies in it anymore. It's been washed and
It's
cleaned and
fine.
ready to be packed up, but I don't have the box anymore. So
I always every Christmas end up with something random that didn't get put away. Somebody's stocking because it was
mhm.
still full in their room, or some decoration, something that I missed, or something like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, guys, we digress. We like talking about
For
Christmas and
Friday,
decorating.
we're
I get
tired.
a little overexcited about that stuff, but I'm Melody. For those of you who may not know, I'm in
Oh yeah, we didn't
Salt Lake
even introduce
City.
ourselves.
I know we didn't even introduce ourselves. I'm at the CutterPillar headquarters in Salt Lake City at the home studio here. This is Bethany. She is in Tennessee at hers. And Roseanne, I think you're right. Now we don't have to dig the stuff out if we never put it away. I think that's fair.
Mhm.
And yeah, Susan, I think early August is really early.
Yeah, it's because it gets so hot that like they can't really do anything outside. And they get done with school like before Memorial Day in May.
That's nice.
So like they still get like a full summer, but like
It starts a
it's
little early.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because
That's nice
we
though.
they get out so early. Um and that's fine. But yeah.
Yeah. I think that's yeah, that's great. Anyway, la di da. We digress. I've been talking about Christmas in July for this whole week because our Christmas in July has been going on this whole week. I've been talking about Christmas decorating all week. I've gotten so excited about it that I want to dive in. I'm going to sort of today, we have a little combo of a thing. We're going to talk about our special for today, which Bethany has across the screen for us already. So that's a little sneak peek of what we're doing today. But also, we have a little project to show you today. So this is our Christmas in July page that Bethany just pulled up. So if you go here, click on here, put in your name and email address, you will be registered for our giveaways that we're doing randomly. And then if you scroll down, you can see what has gone on sale every single day. Now, the best thing about it is we have something new every day that goes on sale. Plus, you can add the coupon code HOLIDAY and get an additional 15% off of whatever is coming up. It looks like today's didn't go live yet. That's weird.
There it is. I had to refresh my website.
Or Bethany hasn't closed any of her tabs for the last 3 days. One or the other.
Way to call me out. I called myself out with that one, didn't I?
You did a little bit. I have to tell you that Bethany keeps like 400 tabs open all the time in like 3 or 4 separate browsers, which I understand because I do the same while I'm working, but I close it all out. Typically, I close it all out when I'm done for the day. But I will tell you that, Bethany, you're rubbing off on me. And on my laptop anyway, I have things open all over the place. I close it out on my work computer, but on my laptop, I still have everything open all the time.
Well, like my tabs are like, it goes from like email, calendar, Google Drive, and then like all the things I look at every day, like our marketing calendar, the things I work on. Those tabs never close. And then any additional tabs past that are like my to-do list, things I still need to work on, files I have open until I'm done with it. Like it's a to-do list. So I will, I am horrible at closing them, but once I finally get to a point where we've moved on from it, then I can close it. But but when we started working on that June virtual event, that spreadsheet stayed open for months.
Then
I just closed it the other day.
Yeah, just barely.
Like a month after the event, I finally closed it. So I mean, I am.
Do you guys do this? Do you guys keep your tabs open? I would love to know if this is a normal thing, because
please make me feel better about myself.
Bethany is not the only one in our company that does this.
Good.
I close it all. I close everything. I can't. I need to be done for the day when I'm done for the day, and I need to close it, or my brain thinks I have to go back and do stuff, you know?
Let me ask you a question. We're going to go on a tangent real quick. Bear with me. Melody, on your phone, you know how you swipe up to like close out all your apps?
Yes.
Do you do that?
Yes. Right now, the only app that is open on my phone is the ones that I can switch the cameras. There's nothing else open right now.
Do you want to see mine?
That's the only thing open. See, that I can't. I can't. Seriously,
it's still going. I never close the apps, and I know
I can't.
The last time I went to the movies, I couldn't even tell you the last time I went to the movies, but that was the last app that was open. So,
oh no.
So like,
listen, I'm one of those that I can't handle the little red dot with a number in it on my phone. If I haven't had a text read or an email read, I cannot stand that. I have to read them all. I can't. Like,
I don't like it either. I do eliminate my notifications, and every night before I go to bed, I eliminate my notifications down to the things that I've done. But like, if it's still a notification, I can go to bed with notifications, but they are also my to-do list for tomorrow to like respond to that email, respond to that message. So if I leave the notification, it means I've cleaned out everything that was junk mail and stuff, but I still have the ones that I need to work on.
See, I can't have any, I can't sleep if there's a thing I haven't read yet. I can't stop thinking about it to close my mind to go to sleep. But you're not the only one, and I'm also not the only one. It looks like Sharon has a bunch of tabs open.
Thanks, Sharon.
Susan says, close your apps. Don't leave them open.
Like you guys can tell me that, but I'm probably.
Linda said my grandson got upset with me because I had 500 tabs open. Oops. See, I think I do close the phone apps though. I close them on my phone. We
can't all be winners.
I think it's the way it is, you know.
It's what it is, guys.
I do have like my emails or my to-do list, and I keep tabs open if I'm in the middle of something. But I have to shut it all down.
I think the problem is I'm doing too much, Melody, and I wouldn't have so many tabs open if I wasn't doing so many things. So, I mean, I feel like.
Wait, are you just saying that I don't have enough things to do?
No, I'm saying like work's giving me too many things to do. I'm just messing. All right,
I'm just kidding.
Today's deal. Let's talk about today's deal before.
Let's talk about. Let me just. I'm sorry. I'm still getting over being sick. And
You're fine.
I really appreciate everyone bearing with me this week because the sickness came and I didn't expect it. I got it from going to the Vegas to see the Backstreet Boys, and I can't be mad about that. So, yeah, let's talk about today's deal. You can see it's on the screen there. Bethany put it up there. Yeah. We have our paper trimmers, which, guys, the paper trimmers are the original CutterPillar product. Came 2011. So 14 years ago when they were first created, our original founders and product developers were printers by trade, commercial printing companies, and they wanted to bring something into the home that worked as well as the paper trimmers that were at the shop, right, at the print shop. And so that's where it first came. And I just even looking at those of you lovely people who are so sweet about joining us all of the time. I know most of you guys are sewers. I know most of you guys are quilters or sewers, and I know we don't have a ton of paper crafters, but I want to challenge you to think of why you would also need the paper trimmers, because I will tell you what, the paper trimmers are so fantastic. Having one in your house is so very helpful, whether you are a full-on paper crafter or not. Having an accurate paper cutter is the best thing to do.
I would not consider myself a paper crafter, but I reach for them more often than I thought I would. And part of that is I do a lot of paper patterns that I'll like PDF together, whether it's a bag pattern or a craft pattern or even a garment pattern. But sometimes to line those pages up, you've got to trim off that excess and to line up the marks and before you tape or glue them together. So I use that because it's so much faster than like hand scissors or any other thing that I have. Yeah. So I use it for that a lot. My son bought some sort of poster for guitar to learn guitar. It has all the chords on it, but he wanted it to be framed so it wouldn't get messed up. It was like one of those sticky posters, with a big sticker. And so we put it on the back, like we've got a frame for it, but it was a weird size. So we needed some like cardstock to go around the perimeter to kind of act like a background. And so I had cardstock and I was able to cut it all down and tape it and glue it together so that it was a nice background to frame in his poster. So like there's times that I reach for it and I'm like, oh, this is so nice to have, you know?
It really is. It's so great. Like we all need some sort of a cut, because like who cuts straight with scissors anyway? Like we always, we all have scissors that we pull out to cut paper for some reason or another, but who cuts straight? Like I don't cut straight. Do we have a question there? Does Linda have a question there?
Linda says, now that yesterday's holiday is over, do you have company in the office building today?
Oh, no. Linda, thank you for asking that. When I got here this morning, there was one person in the office next door. He was working early today, but he's already gone and nobody's here. We do a little bit of a co-op, not a full co-op of sharing office space, but because of the way it's set up and where the studio is situated, we walk through another suite of offices to get to ours so we can keep the studio all the way blocked off. And there was one person in there this morning, but he's already gone home. So it's the holiday. I'm telling you guys, the 24th of July holiday in the state of Utah shuts the state down. And if it's on a Thursday, it stays shut down for Friday. It usually takes me 20, 25 minutes to get to work. It took me like 12 today because there's nobody on the freeway. That's crazy. If the holiday's on a Monday or Tuesday, the first part of the week stays shut down. Like I don't even know where anybody is from CutterPillar here locally. I'm assuming they're up in the mountains because the camping is a big thing to do over the 24th of July. I'm assuming that's where they are. I don't know. Thank you for asking though, Linda. I am here all by myself again. I am here alone.
I'm here in spirit from afar.
That's why, listen, Bethany originally wasn't planning on like joining the live today because it's paper crafting and that's sort of my long-term background. I've been in the paper crafting world in some form or another for like 20, 25 years. But I was like, just come on and chat with me for a minute because I'm all by myself. And so we had her join us.
Linda says that she uses her paper trimmer in the process of doing embroidery on cardstock. So like, yes, that's really fun. So yes, you can definitely like mix mediums of like different types of crafts and sewing with cardstock. I love doing embroidery on cardstock or sewing material to cards to make custom cards. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that too. That's so great. That's amazing. Yeah,
And
for
by the way,
sure.
I dropped a link in the chat to the paper trimmers. If you go, I dropped an original link to our Christmas in July where you can like see all the
See
promos,
all the
register
things.
for
Yeah.
giveaways and all of that. And if you click on the image for that day that's been revealed, it'll take you to the deal. But I also put a link directly to those in the chat as well. If you need help finding them, if you need anything, just let me know. I'm going to let Melody demonstrate our products, and she's got a little project for you today. I'm going to be in the background. I'll be helping in the chat. I can pop in, Melody, if you need me. Okay.
Yeah, that will be great because I need new contacts and I can't always see. So if you guys have questions or anything, Bethany's going to have to pop in and tell me, because like I can sometimes see it, but it depends on which eyeball's focusing at the time, because there's two different prescriptions.
Can you read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Joyce, if you need a new cutter, this is the one to do, because I got one in 1990 also, and it doesn't work anymore either. I threw away, guys. I've been working. I'll show you how these work. I've been working in the paper crafting world, crafting in general, but I started in the paper crafting world, like I mentioned, almost 25 years ago. And I had every paper cutter that ever came out. I was in charge of making
myself.
Yeah, the paper company that I worked for originally back in 2003, 2002, when I first started with them. I had worked some other stuff before them, but the manufacturing company that I worked for, I was in charge of making like the samples for our booths at shows and things like that, right? And so I've tried all of the paper cutters. And then when I first saw Jack at a show and he showed me this one, and I got the original paper cutter of ours, I threw all the other ones away. I threw them all away. There was not another one I needed.
The worst paper cutters were the ones with the lever.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Because your paper would shift.
Always shift because of that. Because of that fulcrum or that point, they would move all the time. Let alone that you could cut your finger off.
Right. It felt like a guillotine. And then like the ones that have just the tiniest little blade. It's not a rotary blade. It's just like
that slide one.
Yeah, but it's like it's a knife blade, and you just and they go bad so quickly, and then it catches, and then your paper snags and tears and shreds instead of cuts, and it's like yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there. Horror stories, and these definitely eliminate that. So I'm going to let you share all those details.
These definitely do eliminate that. So I'm going to tell you why they're the best ones. Like Bethany was just mentioning, those slide, yes, cutting your EPP papers with yours is perfect. Those slide trimmers are terrible because they rip through your paper. And then if that blade gets a little bit dull, it tears it through. The other thing about those little slide trimmers is that little railing that it rides on can get warped, and then it's not straight. And then the little gutter in those trimmers that it's I used the lever ones with the teacher. Yes, I agree. Catherine, me too. When I used to go help with my kids at school, I couldn't believe that they had those guillotine cutters in the workrooms that the kids were in there working with. Like you could chop your finger off with those. But again, those slide trimmers, the little gutters would warp, and then the blade would move around. And so you don't get accurate cuts anyway. The other thing about those trimmers is the measurements. You always lose the measurements. Like the little arm swings out, but they stop that grid. And I'm going to tell you how these paper trimmers kind of solve all of those problems. So I'm going to switch to my overhead camera here so you can see it. This one right here is our original. This is our Pro paper trimmer. This is our biggest one. Now, I'm going to also show you our crop paper trimmer, which is our portable version. And the mechanism on those works exactly the same. So I'm going to show you this one first, and then I'm going to show you the difference with the crop trimmer. Now, the first part about this, the reason that it is so great is your blade is inside this cartridge here, and it goes across this bar. And so if you accidentally hit yourself while you're cutting, you are not going to cut yourself. Very different from those guillotine paper cutters that we were talking about, or even those slide paper cutters that we were talking about, because when you lift that plastic lever that blade rides on, if you accidentally hit your finger on that and it's a new blade, you will cut yourself, which is terrible. And so it rides along here and it's super safe. So your husband, your grandkids, what?
Can you hold it up on its side?
I will. Yeah.
And see the blade a little bit. There you go.
It's right inside here. So that's right inside here. The other thing, if you can see inside, blade. I know it is a rotating. It's a rotary blade, but it's inside there. It also it runs on gears. So there's gears inside the cartridge here, and there is a gear track in the bar. And so the gears rotate that blade. it's not you having to like any other rotary cutters, you have to like push down on that spring-loaded top bar to get it to work. You don't have to expend any energy to make it happen. That mechanism does it for you. So it's a nice smooth cut because of that. You also have a hardened steel in here, and you have a softer steel here. So it's very similar to when you are sharpening your knives in the kitchen. It sharpens itself. So it keeps itself, it's a self-maintaining blade. So if it starts feeling a little dull, all you have to do is run it back and forth again, and then it will resharpen itself. The other thing that it has, which we love to do with all of our products, is it has this LED light bar right here. Now this LED light bar will highlight your cut line so you can see exactly where you're cutting it. So when you are cutting out the little, if you can see that, I'm not sure if you can see that with the bright, I turned all this, you see that little shadow right there? That is exactly where your line is going to be cut, that little piece right there. So you know exactly where you're cutting. All of us have cut those little photos that we get from our kids at school out with our scissors. I know we don't really stick photos in our wallets anymore because of our phones usually, but with that, like you can cut those things out so easy because you can see that light will shine through. Now, because of the way the mechanism works and because of how it stays so sharp, you can cut down to about 1/64 of an inch. Did you guys see that? Did you see how tiny and smooth I cut that piece? Look at that. Look how small. Let me move that out of the way. I don't even know if you can see that. Can you even see that? Look how tiny that is. So if you are working on a paper crafting project, or if you're working on your EPP patterns or anything like that, and you cut something off by just a tiny little bit, you can use this, you can use that light, you can make sure that you get it exactly where you need that to be. So it's so fantastic for that. It'll cut.
Sorry, you could never cut something that tiny with that guillotine because it just folded the paper.
No, it'll just fold the paper. Even with the slide trimmers, that would happen. It would fold the paper. Yeah, it's terrible. You can cut thicker stuff too. Like this is glitter paper. So you can cut this. You can cut up. Look how smooth that was on that glitter paper. Look at that. And it stays completely accurate, you guys. You can see it is super accurate. It is exactly the same width on both ends of that. It will cut lightweight paper. It'll cut regular copy paper. So like Bethany was talking about, when you cut your pattern pieces down and things, like if you're cutting out a pattern, you can cut that on here as well. You can see, you can line it up either with the light or you can line it up with your grid here. And you can cut regular thickness of paper. You can cut up to 100-pound cardstock. So if you are someone who like makes your own patterns and you put it in those little plastic things to sell at store or at craft events or anything like that, those cardstock headers that you put in there, you can cut on here as well. You can cut vellum paper, you can cut handmade paper, you can cut all of those things right on here. Now, I was talking to you guys about how we've got two different trimmers. So this is our Pro trimmer. It does take up about 15 inches of table space. So it takes up a little bit more space. Oh, I just lost an Allen wrench. I don't know where that came from. It was sitting on top of the crop. And this one is our crop paper trimmer. So the mechanisms on both of them work exactly the same. You have the light, you have the way the blades work. This part of the trimmers are identical. The only difference are the bases of the trimmer. So this CutterPillar crop, when you are using this, it takes up about 7 inches instead of about 15 inches. So it takes up way less space when you're using it. It also will swing out to about 17.5 inches. So you can cut a full length, either 12 by 12 cardstock. You can do, like if you cut vellum, not vellum, vinyl. If you do those kinds of projects, those are a little bit longer pieces. You can trim those down and you can measure them out on this easy. The other thing, as I was mentioning on the slide trimmers a little bit before, you would lose the measurements between 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. You would lose the measurements, but we made sure that those are all right here. You don't lose any of those. You can even use those with this close because the measurements on the base go out just past 6 1/2. So you're able to do that. Plus we made it so that the base, let me pull that back out. The base here is molded so that your bar will never overextend. So you're never going to get crooked cuts because of that. So that's the crop trimmer. I like the Pro trimmer. I just like the full base. I don't know why. It's just a preference thing. I like the full base. This does have a little storage drawer where you can put your papers and you can hide your snacks and your money in here. When my kids were in high school, I used to hide money in my trimmer and they never knew. because they would try to find my money all the time, right? And so I used to hide snacks and money in here. They would never know. When they used to go trick-or-treating, I would pull out the Twixes and hide them in here that they would get from trick-or-treating. I still do that when my grandson comes over and trick-or-treats from my house. I hide them in here because nobody looks in your paper trimmer for your stuff. Yeah, so I saw that Brenda asked about this for fabric, and Bethany, thank you for answering her. Yeah, if you stiffen your fabric up really well with like a Material Magic or something like that, that's what you meant by bonded fabric, right, Bethany? Yeah. If you do that, you can cut it on here.
Like a heat and bond, if you're doing applique or something like that, like you can, and it has that paper backing. Like there's different ways to stabilize a fabric that to be able to stiffen it. And the reason you want that is because we're cutting along the edge of the trimmer. And so you want to have stability like a cardstock so that it actually cuts through and doesn't because otherwise your fabric's just going to fold over the side, right? So
yes, exactly. That's the only thing that you need to do is if you are cutting it with cutting fabric on the paper trimmers, because the fibers kind of fly around. We all know like our sewing rooms and everything are like full of those little fibers everywhere. You just need to keep an eye on the cartridge here and make sure they don't get stuck up in the gears. Because if the fibers get stuck up in the gears, you're going to have a problem. So just keep an eye out for that. It's easy. You can unscrew either screw on the end of this bar and you can pull this off. You can clean it out with a little air gun can thing and get those fibers out of there and then keep using it. So just keep an eye on that if you do choose to like use stiff fabric to cut with your paper trimmer. I've done it. You can totally do it. Just kind of keep an eye out for that. And make sure that it's stiff enough. If it's not like paper stiff, at least copy paper stiff, it's not going to cut through. So just keep an eye out for that. So that's, yes, do that. It's awesome. So the deal today for our Christmas in July is 30% off either trimmer, but you also get a tote bag with it. So it's 30% off, plus you can use that coupon code HOLIDAY to get an extra 15% off. So it's almost 45% off, you guys. We're going rogue. Nobody's at the office. So it's a little more expensive than we typically do, or a little more discounted than we typically do, but it's fine to go rogue, right? It's totally fine to do that. So this is the tote bag. These are my favorite tote bags that we make, you guys. I know I talk about my favorites a lot. Like there's not very many products there I don't like. Actually, there's no products that I don't like. I use this. I travel a lot. I go to a lot of shows. Guys, I do a lot of traveling. I talk about it all the time. I use this tote bag to carry supplies in for every show that I go to. I use it to carry my signs, my fabric signs. I use it to carry all of my little office supplies that I need for the shows. These are the best these are the best tote bags. They're over designed for the price. They have the best features. So this is our Pro Trimmer tote. It will fit the whole Pro Trimmer inside here. It has these little seat belts in here that hold the trimmer in. Now, the thing that's so great about these is they are boxy. They are super boxy because the arm of this, the silver arm of this, stays upright all the time. So it has to be able to fit in there. So you have all this space. When that trimmer gets inside here, let me flip the camera again and I will put the trimmer inside here. When you put that trimmer inside here, you can use the seat belts to help fasten it in. But even if you don't, that's okay. So because this bar stays up and this bag is made to go up over the top of that, you have all this extra space to carry or store a whole bunch of extra stuff in here. Plus it has this little zipper pocket on the top. So you can put extra stuff in projects you're working on, paper spray, paper crafting projects, anything like that. And you can put that in right here. It has the briefcase handle with an extra bit of padding on it right here, so you can carry it that way. It also comes with a padded shoulder strap that you can hook on there, you guys. And then as usual, we have this little tab right here so you can slide it on your suitcase or your rolling cart to take it with you where you go. The crop trimmer bag is the exact same. And it works the exact same. You have the seat belts, you have the padded shoulder strap, you have the padded briefcase handle, as well as the tab on the back. And this will hold your crop trimmer, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. You can put 6x6 pads, dies in there, stamps in there, anything like that. You can put all in there as well if you're going to a crop or you're going to an event or you're doing something like that. Or you just want to store it up out of the way. So like if you are typically a sewer or a quilter, you just have a paper trimmer, as we all should, you can just put it in the tote bag, store it up on the shelf until you need it and be able to pull it back down, but you can keep it nice and dust free and everything right inside your tote bag. I pulled my trimmer out last night to finish working on the project, and I pulled the one out that I hadn't used as often, and it was a little dusty. So I should have left it in the tote bag, but I've been using all of my tote bags as supply bags for when I travel. So there's that. So, okay, I want to show you guys a little project. If you have any questions about the trimmers, though, pop those in and in the chat, and Bethany will pop it up on screen, or she will answer it in the chat for you. I'm a little obsessed with Christmas, as we've all talked about. So I'm going to show you how to make a cute little paper crafting wreath that seriously takes like no time at all. And there's a couple of options to do it. And it's so super easy, especially when you're using your CutterPillar paper cutter. So you guys all know these little wreaths that you get at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Oh, I almost said Joann's. We can't get them from there anymore. Oh, shoot. I just almost said that. Local craft stores, right? You can get these little wreaths. And there's so many things you can do with these. I've made wreaths with these where I've weaved, picks and sprays in. I've done ribbons. I've done all kinds of stuff. But you can also make a wreath with paper with this. So I'm going to kind of show you what we do first. Okay. So first what we did, I have hot glue everywhere. Who gets all those hot glue strings everywhere? I get them everywhere. So first what you do is you take your CutterPillar paper cutter and you cut about 1 inch pieces. The thing, like, look at this though. I cut all these 1 inch pieces and they are the exact same size. The other thing that is so great is they are always the exact same size, top to bottom. You can't cut crooked with this thing, you guys. It's so great. So I cut a bunch of 1 inch pieces. I chose about 4 different designs that all kind of coordinate from a Christmas collection. So I did that. And then I took them all and I folded them in half. So they're about 6 inches long. And then I did take scissors for this part and I trimmed them all off so there was an angle at the bottom. So if you can see that, there's a little angle at the bottom of all of them, right? And so then what I did is I took my my wreath here, and I do this all on top of my glass mat. You guys, we've talked about the glass mat a few times this week. If you have a glass mat, if you're doing anything with hot glue, it is so great because it will just drip onto the glass and it will not, let me scooch that back up. It will not get all over whatever you're working on, and you can get it off the glass so easy. So all you do is you take that and you slide it through there. I'm so bad at this, guys. I'm so bad at doing the demos of these things, but you just slide it through there. So you've got it on both sides, right? So that's on both sides. And then I took a little, and the reason I use hot glue for this is because I can put a little dollop on the paper at the edge here, but I can also add the little dollop can kind of be on top of that metal piece. So it will stay stuck to the whole wreath, so it won't come off. So then you'll just fold that over and you'll stick that right there. Boom. Glued, right? See? Ta-da! And then you just kind of continue to do that all the way around. I'm going to grab this and show you. So you can do this all the way around. And then you've got this. So this is, you can do just one. Oh, look at all those little hot glue strings. I'm so bad at like keeping track of this. So this is, I've made a wreath like this one way. So it's kind of sparse and it's kind of cute that way. I really like it that way because it kind of looks like a little bit of a pinwheel on my door. I've loved that so much. But as I was making this little demo, you can kind of see the metal through here, right? I made one this way. And like I said, I really liked it because it looked like a pinwheel. I've also done it where I have wrapped twine or something around the little metal first, so you wouldn't see that so much. It would be a color or a neutral or whatever, so you wouldn't see the metal. And that was cute too. But while I was making it last night, I was thinking, what if we doubled these up? And you can totally do that. So then I decided to find some contrasting. So this is my thought. This is my first time trying this all the way, guys, and I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work, but this was my thought. If I take this and I put it like halfway on just like the edge too, instead of the whole thing. And then you can add your glue, stick that puppy down. Make sure that that's glued. And then it looks like I trimmed some of these backwards. That was smart of me. We're just going to pretend they're all trimmed the same direction, you guys. Just ignore that part. Then take my pattern one and put it here. So then it will slide that up here on just those two and glue that. What do we think? I don't know. Then you can have all the way around this way. Oh, see, I'm not so good at that. All the way around that way. And these are just 1-inch pieces of paper, and you can add as many as you want. You can fill up all of the rows. You can do all of that stuff. And then you can take extra little doodads when you're done. You can glue them on the bottom of your wreath or wherever. And you can make a little love, peace, and joy, Merry Christmas little pieces, anything like that. Because most of these paper collections that I use, you guys, I know I've talked about this before when I've done paper collections, but I always like to get collections of things because everything matches, and I don't like to have to think of what it matches. That's why I like to do fabric collections as well, because then everything matches. So you can add little things like that onto your little wreath. There you go. What do you think of that? I think you're muted, Bethany.
I was just saying I really like the double layer.
I like the double layer too. And yeah. I don't know why I've never thought of that before. I've made these before, but I've never done a double layer like that before. Yeah. But I think
I would even say it would be fun to like even do different width fabrics. So
yes.
Cardstock. So you could have like wider ones that just go around the outside ring, and then more narrow ones that go around those other two, and then even skinnier ones that go around and really layer it. And then with cardstock, you can like bend it to like feather up and out.
Yes, that's the other thing with the cardstock. Like you can curl it, right? And you can fold it, and you could like fishtail it. You could do so many things with it. I really like that. And this is the other thing is like this in particular, it would depend on the age of the kid with the hot glue. And you don't have to do this with hot glue, but I'm like, this is a great project for little kids to do with you. It's just paper. You can tear this off and use this thing for something else another time. It's just paper. That's what I love about it.
Jenna asked, where do you get paper collections? I've bought some from like Michael's. They'll sell it like a whole holiday collection or fall collection, or even just a rainbow of solids in like packs. And sometimes they run a good deal on those.
Yes, that is true. You can also, there's a lot of paper crafting manufacturers that make the paper. There's Echo Park Paper. There's Simple Stories. There's 49th and Market. If you look those guys up, they sell their stuff online as well. And they have the paper collections that all coordinate. They also have other things that go with it, right? Sometimes there's washi tape. Sometimes there's like stickers or brads, or sometimes there's these little wooden pieces with the chipboard titles and things like that. And all those kinds of things. I like to get it all together. I have a bunch of them at home in those little iris boxes, just so when I have a project that comes up, I know that everything matches and I don't have to look for more stuff. I don't have to try to coordinate it myself. So anyway, Bethany is our pro at like teaching crafting and things like that. But I just wanted to show you that there was something that you could do with paper, with the paper trimmers, that's super quick and easy. It really doesn't take very long. And I think that's like what Bethany said, I think that would be a really great thing. You can start with like really like wide pieces on the outside ring, and you can go skinnier as you go into the inside ring, and you can do that a bunch of different times, a bunch of different sizes. I tried something like that with flocked paper on the wire rows. That sounds great. I love that. I was thinking about flocked last night. I used to have a whole lot of paper that had flocking on it from back in the day.
Explain what flocked paper is for those of us who don't know.
So just like on your tree, there's this that's in designs. Like if you have cardstock paper, sometimes it's got like a glitter design on it, right? That there's flocking on there as well. Like I don't know if anybody does that much anymore. I haven't seen it a lot lately, But there was time back in the day where I would see flocking on paper all the time. All
That's
the time.
like glitter. It feels messy, but it looks
is.
good.
It looks really good, and it is a little bit messy, but that's okay. We don't mind mess sometimes, right? Oh, Jana, that's a lovely idea. Jana asked if we have any plans to partner with manufacturers to do kits like we did with laser cut kits, quilt kits. We like we say all the time, never say never around here. Um, I think we possibly could. I think that's a great idea. I would love to do, I think we're working on, Bethany, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're working on some paper crafting designers to join our handmade collective in September, possibly.
If you guys tell me who you want me to reach out to, because I'm not as familiar with those people. So if there's someone specific that you follow that you would like, a card maker or paper crafter that you would like to have for me to invite to participate in our September event, I would love to, but I'm a sewist.
Right.
So I only know what I know. But Melody, maybe you and I can work together with Keisha to find some people that do more of that.
I know that would be super fun.
I know a lot of our company focus is going into quilting and sewing because a lot of our products work with that. But they also work great with paper as well. And we don't want to leave those people out. So if that's something that interests you, or if you know someone that I should reach out to, I would appreciate you reaching out and letting me know, or letting Melody know, or sending an email to support@cutterpillar.com. That would be very helpful.
Yeah. And we'll get that. If you send an email to support@cutterpillar.com, if you have a specific idea, we'll make sure that gets to the right staff member, the right team member, in order to reach out to who we need to. But day 5, Christmas in July. It's been a long 5 days and a fun 5 days.
We still have 4 more to go, but we are going to rest over the weekend.
We're going to rest over the weekend. We have 4 more days next week of Christmas in July. So we'll have more coming your way. We'll be going live every day next week as well. All those days, 4 days as well next week. Today, if you've been wanting a paper trimmer and you've been wanting a really good, accurate paper trimmer, this is the one to get. Like I said, I have tried them all. And I threw them all away after I got my first CutterPillar paper trimmer 9 years ago. And by the way, I've never changed the blades in my paper trimmer that I got 9 years ago. I've never changed the blades in it. I've never gotten a new one. It works just as good as it did from day one. I like to sharpen it up. If it starts feeling a little sluggish, I just sharpen it right back up. And it's like it's brand new again. And that part is pretty phenomenal, because there's nothing like getting those little tiny slide trimmers, like you mentioned, get dull so fast, and you try to go get the replacement blade that you need, and the store closes right in front of you because you think it closes at 10, but it closes at 9:30.
Or they just don't make them anymore.
Or they don't make them anymore.
I've thrown out cutters for that reason. It's So I have I had one of those with the, and you slide it back and forth with the tiniest little thing.
Yeah.
And you have to push pressure. That was the other thing. You had to put pressure down too. And it was so hard. And I would get a miscut and I would get so frustrated because I buy packs, like the color matching packs of cardstock. And so it's like, well, this was my only color piece in the whole pack of this color, and it really can be a bummer.
It is a bummer, because I mean, fabric isn't cheap, but cardstock's not either. Like, if you get nice, good quality, thick cardstock, it's not cheap either. You don't want it to be messed up. And like, it's so fun though. I love paper crafting so much. So if you guys want to like reach out from sewing into paper crafting, it's so much fun. It really is so much fun. I've enjoyed it for so very many years, but these are the great paper trimmers. They're the best ones out there for sure.
And if you do make this project that Melody demonstrated today, we'd love to see it over in our CutterPillar Creations Hub Facebook group. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, go over to Facebook, search CutterPillar Creations Hub and request to join. I approve everybody that requests. And people post pictures in there of what they're making, whether it's something we've demonstrated here in one of our lives or something that they're creating on their own, or if they have questions about a product or how to use something, like we answer those as well. It's a great way for us to be able to engage with you guys beyond the live chat here.
Please join us over there. We're having so much fun over there. For everyone who joined our sew along. I love everyone showing their blocks and showing their projects as they go through it. We love
I
that
love
so
this
much.
comment. I think she's talking about the fact that we're taking the weekend off, and she said her credit card needs the rest too. And I
It's
think
fair.
that's hilarious.
I think that's cute, and that's very fair. Like, I understand. But come back next week. We have more cool stuff coming next week, you guys. We really do.
Yeah.
We have a lot of cool stuff. We have a great special on one of our newer products coming next week. That's all we'll say. We won't say anything else. Shh, it's a secret. But it's been so much fun. But I think we need to do a giveaway.
Oh yeah.
We need to do a giveaway today, and the winner of the giveaway today, we're gonna do a giveaway for those who registered. And Bethany's gonna tell us who that winner is. We're gonna give you have that list, right? No, you have the list. I didn't pull one from the list. No, in the that we got yesterday.
Never saw it. I don't think I was on the chat. I never.
No, you are. Okay, let
That's
me
why
go to
I
it
asked you.
Okay, then let me go to it then.
Yeah, sorry, I have no idea. I
No,
tried
that's
to find
fine.
it yesterday and I couldn't. I think it's like a sub chat in a chat, you know. And
No, it's in the it's in the it's in the chat that you texted in this morning. It's in that one.
I don't.
But that's okay. I will let you know.
Sorry.
So that's okay. No problem.
Oh, I see it now. Sorry.
That's okay. So we're good. I have the top one can be our winner today.
Okay.
So if you go register still, we still have next week that we're going to be doing giveaways every day. You guys, we still have giveaways going on next week. So if you have not yet registered, there's still time. We pull the list every evening for the next day's winner. So by all means, if you haven't yet gone to our Christmas in July page and registered, please do that. But today's winner, and you're going to get a crop trimmer with a tote bag today.
I love that Joyce is calling you out for going rogue because I had no idea.
Thanks, Joyce. I love going rogue. Like, it's my favorite thing to do. We love it so much. So for our winner is see, I need to get my glasses out. I gotta go to the eye doctor.
Drum roll.
I gotta go to the eye doctor, you guys. Yeah, okay. So our winner is I hope I say your name right, is Donna Widerquist. Donna from Forestell, Missouri. Foristell, Missouri. So Donna, you are our winner today. I will if you are here, please send me an email so I don't forget. But I will reach out to you. I have your email address, so I'll reach out to you to get your address. But if you are here, please send an email to melody@cutterpillar.com with your address, and we will get your crop with the tote shipped off for you for winning, for pre-registering for our giveaway. So thank you for that. But I think we should go rogue again, Bethany.
You want to do another one?
I want to, for those of
you guys are not registered, I am going to drop a link in the chat to register. It is at the top of this page in that banner. It's a little white box, name and email. And you'll put that in there, and it enters you to win. I mean, Donna may not even be watching right now, and she just won something.
Right.
So it's super easy. You do not have to be watching to win.
No, you don't.
You do have to register to win.
I think we should give away. I am super rough, Jenna.
She also took like cold medicine today, so that could be
I did. Because I've been sick the last few days. I was leaving for work this morning and I was saying goodbye to my husband. And because he fake retired, I think we've talked about that before. We don't need to, he fake retired. Anyway, as I was leaving and he was cleaning the kitchen, because if he's fake retired, that's what he does. He's like, "Are you feeling better?" And I'm like, "I'm feeling a little better." And he said, "Did you take your medicine?" And I said, "No, I'm feeling better." And he's like, "No, come with me." He dragged me back into the bathroom to take the medicine before he would let me leave for work today. So I am on cold medicine today. So who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? But I think we should give away a glass mat for someone who's here watching today.
I like that idea.
Okay.
This is the tempered glass mat. Is like the perfect addition to just about any of our products, whether it's a light board, she's using it with her paper cutter for her hot glue project. Like, there's so many uses for this tempered glass mat. If you want to mix paints on it, you can, and just wipe it clean. I reach for it all the time. It's always sitting here next to me. You cannot go wrong with this glass mat. You can put heat on it. You can put paint on it. You can get crafty with it. It washes clean, scrapes clean. Like it protects everything. So we're gonna give one of these away.
Yeah, why not?
Linda
We're
says
going rogue.
Diamond painting. Yeah. Like there's so many amazing things you can use this for. And I'm sure you guys can come up with about 10,000 other ways that we haven't thought of ourselves because you guys are so crafty. But let's give one of those away. And what's the question you want to ask in the chat, and then have everybody comment? So, and we'll pick a winner.
I want you to put a number 1 in the chat if you have ever either A, tried a paper crafting project, or B, are willing to try a paper crafting project. Put a number 1 in the chat, because paper crafting is one of my first loves. And so I want all of you to love it as much as I do. So put a number 1 in the chat. And my chat is not loading anymore, Bethany, from here. So I'm not sure why, but I can't see it. So we're going to put a number 1 in there if you ever have done or are willing to try a paper crafting project. Bethany is going to choose a winner because mine is not working at all. I can't, my chat's not populating.
So I don't know. Mine is, and they're loading it up with all the ones.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And then send me an email if we pick you as the winner to melody@cutterpillar.com. Melody with 2 E's, MELODEE at cutterpillar.com, because I don't get a magnet with my name on it ever at a time. I have given my parents so much grief about that over the years. I can't even tell you. But send me an email with your address and that you won the tempered glass mat. We'll get that shipped off early next week for you. So drum roll, Bethany's picking a winner for someone who's just joining us live is
Kathy Erickson.
Kathy Erickson.
Kathy.
Yay. Congratulations, Kathy. Yay for that. Again, just send me a quick email with, remind me that it was the tempered glass that you won, and with your mailing address, and we will get that shipped off for you.
Congratulations, Kathy. Please be sure to send that email. Tempered glass mat is what you want. So it pays to tune in live. She said thank you. So be sure you write down her email address real quick. Yes. It is with 2 E's on her name. And otherwise, we don't know how to get a hold of you. If you register with your email address, we can reach out to you. But when we do rogue things like this in the live chat, yes, we only see like your YouTube handle. So we really don't. That's all we see. Yes. So if you want to get it, you got to email Melody and she'll take care of it. Kathy says thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thanks for joining us.
Tuning in.
Yes, it's been so fun. So much fun this week, you guys. It's been Christmas in July. It's made me so happy to be able to focus on Christmas stuff and talk about Christmas stuff.
Favorite season.
I'm getting so excited for Christmas stuff. I did swing by Michael's yesterday, and the Christmas stuff is not out there yet.
Slackers.
So we have a show, guys. We have a show next weekend in Dallas. So if you guys are in the Dallas area, in Irving, Texas, there's a Sewing and Quilt Expo happening that we will be at next week. So come join us there. I'm not going. Keisha is going. It's a smaller show, so we decided just one of us needed to go. But Irving is about 20 minutes away from my favorite Christmas store.
Can't believe you're not going.
I did. Great. I know. I looked at plane tickets so many times, and I almost bought one, and I almost jumped in to go. I almost did, but decided that hopefully there'll be a Christmas store in Rome somewhere that I can go to, and I would rather do that because I will be in Rome next month, and I needed to not go spend thousands of dollars at the Christmas store this year because I'm going out of town.
Like you might find some really cool ornaments and things that. Like when I travel, we always like get an ornament to put on the tree. Yeah. So our main tree is like all these random ornaments, from like things my son made to things places we've traveled to like things we've been handed down from like family or gifted from family, and or things I've made. And so it's like a hodgepodge tree, but it's like our main big tree. And then I have like themed trees around the house as well, like you do. But like that tree is like anything goes. And we love to get ornaments when we travel. I don't know if you do that, Melody, but like I feel like Rome, you might find some pretty amazing one of a kind things that you could never find at like a Michael's or Hobby Lobby.
So that's exactly why I decided not to go to Dallas. I tried to talk Keisha into swinging by the store for me and FaceTime me while she was there, but she's not a fan of Christmas decorating. So she was like, no, we're not doing that.
I am
So,
not, participating in this behavior.
yeah, she was like, I'm not condoning any of that. We're not doing that. Forget it. Not happening. So
Lori said we have to go get some rest now.
we do need some rest, and we're excited to have some rest for the weekend. And we're so grateful that you guys keep joining us in our craziness every day this week. We love that you guys are along for the ride with us. Come back on Monday for our Christmas
live at 11 a.m. on Monday Mountain Time. 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Mountain Time Monday.
Which is 12 Central or 1 o'clock Eastern for those who need the math.
Yes.
I can go that
Pacific.
way. What is that? 10 o'clock Pacific?
10 o'clock Pacific. Yes. 10 o'clock Pacific. And we'll have more Christmas in July fun and deals. And who knows? Maybe there'll be a Christmas tree here by then. I don't know.
Sure Biscuit's going to dress up as Mrs. Claus on one of those days. So if you want to see my dog dressed up as Mrs. Claus, you should tune in.
Join us for that. So we, again, appreciate you guys so very much. Go get the paper cutters, you guys. I'm telling you, they're the best ones, and everyone needs a good paper cutter. For whatever reason, everyone needs a good paper cutter. This is a screaming deal for these, especially with a storage bag. If it's not something you use all of the time, that bag is a great addition to have, to just kind of keep it in and keep it off to the side or up on a shelf or in a drawer or whatever. It keeps it nice and clean and not dusty. So it's almost 45% off, guys. It's 30% off right now, and use that extra coupon code HOLIDAY for an additional 15% off. And they're the best ones. You always need a good paper cutter.
That holiday code, that extra 15% off, doesn't just apply to the daily deals. It applies to all of our CutterPillar products on the website. Yes. So if you're like, oh, I want the Pro Cutter with the tote, but I really need a glass mat, like you can get that glass mat for 15% off.
Yes.
As well. Yes. So and also all orders over $98 ship for free. So keep that in mind as well. This is the time to stock up, and these make wonderful gifts. If you have a teacher in your life, a teacher friend, someone that's prepping their classroom to start back to school, these paper cutters are amazing for teachers, or buying it and donating it to a school to have in their supply room for the teachers to be able to use. This will be a game changer for them. And that's a good way of giving back. So if you're interested in that, just keep that in mind. And are the daily deals good for all 8 days? Well, it's 9 days plus the weekend. So once a deal goes live, it stays live until we end our Christmas and July sale. Yeah. So there's a new sale every day, but once it goes live that day, it stays available. So if you go back to the website that I linked, you'll be able to see all of the previous deals, and those are still active. So you can keep looking and keep doing that. Now, some people have said, I'm adding to cart, but I don't want to check out yet. And it's like, okay, well, there are some very limited supplies on some of these products. And so we're still waiting on shipments for new things. And we haven't been able to do that lately. I mean, we all know the tariffs and things that have happened this summer. So we haven't been able to restock everything like we normally would. So there's some limited availability on some of these products. But we didn't want that to take away from the deals that we were going to offer you guys. So if you sit on it in your cart for too long, you might lose it. So just keep that in mind. But once you hit $98, you get free shipping. So you can just check out and be good to go.
And you can have multiple packages show up, and you can pretend you win a prize. Like I do that all the time.
It was free.
Totally fine. I won a prize. Fine. No big deal. It works out.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Melody, go get some rest and feel better. And we'll be back on Monday.
Thank you guys. We'll be back next week. Have a great weekend.